What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Welcome to the ultimate guide for the end of season rewards. You spent 2 months fighting your enemies, you destroyed all your enemies, you got a lot of crystals. Now it is time for you to buy the best warped skill. This video is gonna show you pretty much everything that you need to know. There is more to the story than what you see on the screen. Today I'm gonna show you how to pick the best warped skills for your hard-earned crystals. If you are still new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more content, turn on that bell notification and never miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends, leave some comments down below. Let's get this video started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you fought for 2 months, you destroyed your enemies, you got a lot of crystals. Now it is time to get the best warped skill. Which skill should you buy? Now first of all, if you capture the dragon and you end up in the anointed, do not downgrade yourself and buy something from the conqueror. You never know what's gonna happen next season. You could lose next season and miss out on the chance to buy something from the anointed. Therefore, if you finish in the anointed, do not buy something from the conqueror. That is just the first thing you should consider. Now there are so many warped skills here and they can all do a bunch of different things. There are different categories for picking these warped skills. Now one of them is as follows. There are some warped skills that are excellent in group fights. However, they will not help you when you fight someone in a 1 versus 1 situation. Let's take a look at the split pain bloom and the split ice core. These are two of the warped skills that people will most likely buy. Now split pain bloom is going to hit more enemy legions. And for this warped skill to work, you're going to need 160 points of spirit. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. When you get the split pain bloom, it's going to work when you fight people in group fights. However, when you fight in 1 versus 1 situation, this skill becomes useless. It does not help you whatsoever. On the contrary, if you buy something like elemental harmony, you get a crit damage of plus 33.3% when your legion deals magic warped skill damage. Now this 33.3% is going to scale all the way up to 80% with a good intelligence. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Now when you have 80% crit damage, this is going to work for both 1 versus 1 fight and group fight. If you take this and you put it on your Sapphire Frederick, Sapphire Frederick already hits 2 targets. So which means you're going to have 80% chance of crit damage for your magic warped skill damage. When you fight in a 1 versus 1 situation, you will get the benefit. When you fight in group fights, you will get the benefit. When it comes to split pain bloom, when you fight in group fight, you will get an additional target. When you fight in a 1 versus 1 situation, this skill is non-existent. It does not help you out. When you read the description of the split pain bloom, it says pain bloom hits more enemy legions with every pain bloom hits more enemy legions. With every 160 points of spirit, pain bloom hits an extra enemy legion. Do you know how this works? Well, let's go back to the pet sanctuary and I'll show you what is going on. We're going to find the Sapphire Frederick, and here is a Sapphire Frederick. The skill says deals damage to the target legion and 1 legion surrounding it. Now if you bring split pain bloom, you're going to need 160 points of spirit. Now I was fortunate enough to have a spirit of 28. When I click on this circular thing, I have a spirit of 242, which means if I bring the split pain bloom, it is going to work for this warped. Now if my spirit was, let's say, 320, my split pain bloom is going to hit 2 additional targets. So now here we're going to have deals damage to 1 legion and another legion surrounding it. So with a split pain bloom, if it's 160 points, it's going to add another target. You will hit 3 targets. If your spirit is very high at 320, you are going to be hitting up to 4 targets with your pain bloom. Now there is something that we need to take out from here. as it says deals damage to the target legion and 1 legion surrounding it. I would recommend you watch my video on Surrounded Legion. You need to learn about Surrounded Legion radius of effect and how it works. It'll help you take advantage of this war pet skill. So these are just some simple things you need to know about the war pets before you buy. Now let's say you have a war pet with a spirit of only 20 right here. When I click this circular thing, my spirit is only 156. It is not 160, which means if I buy the split pain bloom and I put it on this war pet, it is not going to work. It is not going to trigger. You're going to have to regenerate your pet and hopefully get a good spirit attribute. That is something you should keep in mind. So let's go back to the end season rewards, and then we see some of the things that you should buy. What are the best skills to pick from here? Again, if you finish in the Anointed, do not downgrade and buy from the Conqueror, because you don't know if you're going to capture the dragon next season to get something from here. So the best skill to buy from the Anointed is going to be this guy right here, Super Ravage. This is the skill that I recommend you buy at the end of the season because it's gonna take your DPS hero to the next level. Super Ravage. Ravage additional damage trigger chance plus 10% determined by luck. Now this 10% is gonna go all the way up to 30 if you have a luck of 37 attribute. It is just awesome. So let me take you back to the pet sanctuary and show you why the Super Ravage is the best war pet skill you should buy at the end of the season. It's gonna take you to the next level. So here is the Ravage skill. Your Legion normal attack crit rate, let's forget about that. Now it says normal attack also have a 30% chance to deal additional damage. So without the Super Ravage, you have a 30% chance to deal additional damage. Damage factor is 40 for this war pet at level 53 with a luck attribute of 36. So let's go to the skills, go all the way to 3-star skill and find the Super Ravage. As you can see here, Ravage additional damage trigger chance of plus 28%. So you're gonna take this 28% and then add it to this 30% that you see here. Now, your chance of triggering is gonna be all the way up to, 60% if you round it off. So 60% chance is a very, very high chance. Syndrion already does 2 normal attacks every second, which means you will be able to trigger this war pet damage factor at least 4 times. You might even be able to trigger it like 7 times. So let's say you trigger this thing like 5 times with every rage skill cycle. You're going to be getting 200 war pet skill damage factor. Now 200 damage factor is equivalent to the awakened skill of Fragor. You guys see how good the Super Ravage is. You move this 30% all the way up to 60%. And by the way, this is just a 0-star war pet. Let's say you capture a 2-star war pet. This 40 here could be like maybe 70 or 80. And if you trigger it like 5 times with every rage skill cycle, you're gonna get almost 400 war pet skill damage with that rage cycle. It is just nuts. Therefore, the Super Ravage is the skill that I recommend you buy at the end of the season. It's just gonna take your Syndrion to the next level. It is the best DPS war pet skill in the game right now. Now there are some awesome skills here that you can get as well. If you're not fully compelled with what I just showed you, you can buy the Split Pain Bloom, which is number 2 on my list if you want to get it from the Anointed. Unfortunately for the Split Ice Core, I wouldn't recommend it right now because the game developers did not fix this war pet yet. There is a 2-second delay with the rage skill of your heroes. But if you like it, you can still buy this one. Another good skill is going to be the Hasty Stone Aura. This is going to reduce the cooldown of the Stone Aura. Right now the Stone Aura triggers every 6 seconds. With these skills over here, it's going to trigger maybe every 4 seconds. Let's say if you have agility of 270, your stone aura is going to trigger every 4 seconds, which is a good thing. I don't know much about the steadfast chain strike. I wouldn't recommend it right now because not many people know what it does. So we're gonna have to wait on this one. Now some other skills are great here. You have this cavalry one. People don't use cavalry a lot. You have the forceful exuberance. Like cavalry, their use is not so much in the game. So I would try to stay away from some of these skills right here. The frost armor, damage chance, I wouldn't recommend that one. Super concentration, concentration trigger chance plus 6.7% determined by luck. Now this can be a good one for your snow peak rock, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would suggest you go for this one first, and then you have split paint bloom. You have the hasty stone aura. You can go and grab this. When it comes to super infection, the trigger chance is only plus 2%. With a good luck attribute, this is gonna be maybe plus 6% chance. It is not a big chance. I wouldn't recommend it. Now there are some good skills here at the bottom. Don't waste your time. It is very difficult to get 3-star war pets. This you can get it easily. You can get most of this stuff easily, but you cannot get 3-star war pet skill very easily. And that's pretty much it for the anointed. Let's check out the Conqueror and see some of the skills that you can buy at the end of the season. So we have things like the Fatal Bite. We have Outburst of Rage. We have Elemental Harmony. So the 3 best skills to get from here would be 1 Fatal Bite, 2 Outburst of Rage, 3 is the Elemental Harmony. So let's go back to the War Pet Sanctuary, and then you see the statistics of those War Pets skills that I just showed you. For the, is it Enduring? Yep, it's the Enduring. So let's go and find, okay, we're gonna use, let's use the Snow Peak Rock. We're gonna go to 3-star skills, and then you have a Fatal Bite right here. As you can see, the crit damage plus 85.31 when Legion deals physical war pet skill damage. Now you can buy this and put this on your Night Rock and take it to the next level. If you're using this skill, you're gonna need something like the Tooth and Claw. Physical war pet skill damage dealt, no, not this one. You need the one that triggers the crit rate. You have the Angry Roar, crit rate 34.29%. You can get a 2-star version of this one. This one uses agility. However, there is another one that uses something else. Where is it? It is something raw. Should be somewhere here. It's right here, Blood Roar. Crit rate plus 52.6% when Legion deals physical war pet skill damage. You can pair this up with the Fatal Bite, and your war pet is gonna be next level. There is a 2-star version that you can buy from here. Blood Roar. This is 14,000. If you fight your enemies and you save your exchange coins, you can get this. The agility one, you get it only by buying it from the merit store at this point in the game. Now, another good skill you can buy from the Enduring is going to be the Outburst of Rage. So let's find it. Here is the Outburst of Rage. 10% chance to gain an extra 55 rage every second. This is just awesome. So many good skills you can buy from the Enduring. The other one that you can get is, what is it? Is it the, there is the Magic Pulse. Crit damage plus 9% when Legion deals magic hero skill damage. So this is going to be very good on Lilia and Berlin. Let's find the Sapphire Frederick and see the statistics of the Elemental Harmony. We go to the bottom, look for the 3-star, and we have not the Magic Spirit. Where is the Elemental? Was it Magic Pulse? Yep, one of them is Magic Pulse. Crit damage plus 10.93% when Legion deals magic hero skill damage. This is going to be very useful for Lilia and Velin. can be useful in group fights, can be useful in 1 versus 1 fight. And then you also have Elemental Harmony. You can get this at the end of the season. Crit damage plus 71.46% when Legion deals magic warped skill damage. So this is gonna make your Pain Bloom do so much damage to your enemies. It already does damage to 2 targets. The good thing is this is going to work in 1 versus 1 fights, and it's going to work in the group fights as well. So let's go back to the Augustone. We find the season rewards. We do a quick summary to see what you should get. Okay, the Conqueror. Yep, I mixed the Conqueror with the Enduring. Alright, Warriors of Tamaris, let's do a quick summary of everything that we just talked about, the best warped skills that you can buy at the end of the season. Now, point number 1, if you finish in the Anointed, make sure you buy something from the Anointed. Do not downgrade and get something from the Conqueror. You don't know if you're gonna win the Dragon again next season, so keep that in mind. The best skills you can buy from here is number 1, the Super Ravage. It's going to be very useful for Syndron and Frega, the best DPS warped in the game. This skill is going to be useful for both free-to-play players and pay-to-win. You don't need to max out your Syndron to get the best out of this warped skill, so make sure you take advantage of it. If you don't like the Super Ravage, you can go with the Split Pain Bloom. Make sure you have 160 points of spirits, otherwise your Split Pain Bloom is not going to work. Split Pain Bloom is going to work in group fights. If you fight someone in a 1 versus 1 situation, Split Pain Bloom becomes useless, it does not help you out. So this is the second skill I would buy from here. I would also consider the Split Ice Core. Unfortunately, the game developers have not fixed the Ice Lizard right now. It has a 2-second delay for the hero skill damage. So you gotta keep that in mind. Other skills that you can buy are the Hasty Stone Aura. It is excellent. You can buy the Forceful Arrogance, which is great. You can get the Forceful Exuberance if you want it. You can get the Super Concentration. I wouldn't recommend this. Now, I would also recommend you stay away from the Steadfast Chain Strike. People don't really know how it works right now. This one also, I don't recommend it. Now, for the rest of everybody who did not win the Dragon, there are some awesome skills that you can buy from here. Number 1 on the list would be the Outburst of Rage. You're gonna get a lot of rage. You can use this warped skill on any hero that you want. I recommend you get this Outburst of Rage and you don't use it. Wait until you capture a 2-star warped that you really like and then put it on that warped. You might also want to wait because the game developers might change the way we put skills on warped. So right now, just keep your 3-star warpeds. Fatal Bite is another good warped skill to buy. You get a lot of crit damage. This 33% goes all the way up to 80%. The Elemental Harmony is also excellent. It works the same way with the Fatal Bite. This one is for physical units. This one is for magic units. The Magic Pulse is an excellent warped skill as well. It gives you 10% crit rate with an intelligence of 39, which is awesome. This is going to be very good on Lilia and Velin. As for the other skills, I recommend you stay away from them. All this other stuff that you see here, you can get them from the game. It is very difficult to get these 3-star skills. Therefore, take advantage of all of them. If you end up in the Enduring, again, Enduring is the same with the Conqueror, so just think about it. Now, Super Follow-Up, trigger chance of plus 20%. This plus 20% could go all the way up to maybe 50% chance for the Super Follow-Up. It could be another good skill to have with you, especially if you have the Pain Bloom skill for your hero. So this is also something that you can consider. However, I would say go with this one first and then decide whether you want Fatal Bite or Elemental Harmony. They pretty much do the same thing, except one is magic, one is physical. And then you have Magic Pulse, which is excellent for both group fights and 1 versus 1 situations. And that's it for the video, guys. If you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe for more content. Let me know down below how you would pick the skills at the end of the season. And one more thing, when you finish the season, make sure you buy the Legendary Ascension emblem. As for the rest, just decide what your new season is gonna be. See what you really need. But the Legendary Ascension emblem is something you should buy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.